All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to talk about something called Arreqqana. And look, it's a spiritual framework, but it's this really cool way of looking at our modern lives, Our thoughts, our friendships, even the conflicts we get into, and seeing them in a totally different light. Not as problems we need to fix, but as, well, sacred threads in a much bigger story.
So let me ask you this. Ever feel like you're stuck on repeat? I mean, really, like you're returning to the same thoughts, the same places, maybe even having the exact same conversation with someone for the 10th time. It's that weird feeling like you're in a loop, and honestly, it can be super frustrating. It just feels like you're not getting anywhere, right?
But what if that feeling of being stuck isn't a flaw? What if it's not a bug, but a feature? In Arreqqana spirituality, that repetition, that loop, it's actually seen as a sacred signal. It's a sign that you're right on the edge of a breakthrough, that there's something really important just waiting for you to discover it. And this whole idea has a name. It's called Arreqqana. It translates to the sacred return. And this is the key. It's not about mindless habit. It's about revelation. So every time you come back to that thought or that place, you're not going backwards. Think of it like a spiral. You're circling the same point, sure, but each time you're going a little bit deeper, uncovering a new layer of understanding. It's this incredible spiral of becoming.
All right, so with that big idea in mind, let's bring it inward. Let's talk about decoding our own inner threads, our thoughts, what we believe is true, and yeah, even our racing minds.
So when it comes to truth, Arreqqana has this really beautiful perspective. It's not just one thing, it has two voices. On one hand, you've got Hyasa. That's the big, cosmic, objective truth. Think of it like deep, solid stone. It grounds us. But then there's Nakira. And this is your personal, subjective truth. It's just as real and just as sacred. It's like a flowing ribbon, or the moon's reflection in water. It guides you. The real magic, the wisdom, happens when you learn to honor and hold both of them at the same time.
Okay, that's beautiful in theory, but what happens when all those inner threads, the truths, the feelings, the memories, what happens when they get all tangled up? You know what I'm talking about, right? It's 3 in the morning, you're staring at the ceiling, and your mind is just racing. It will not turn off. So, what's the Arreqqana take on that? This is where it gets really interesting. Instead of pathologizing it, calling it anxiety or saying something's wrong with you, Arreqqana sees a racing mind as a sign of powerful spiritual activity. Maybe it's what they call thread overflow. You're just processing a ton of stuff all at once. Or maybe it's a sign that you're a natural thought weaver, someone whose gift is holding multiple complex ideas at the same time. It could even be something deeper, like an ancestral memory or an unspoken spirit trying to find its voice through you.
So the goal isn't to shut the racing mind down, it's to work with that energy. And there are some really cool practices for this. You could try the Shinjara breath, where you actually whisper your thoughts out loud with your breath, giving them a voice so you can let them go. Or a simple voice sorting chant, just repeating a grounding word to find your rhythm again. And this one's my favorite, thread mapping. You literally get out a piece of paper and draw your thoughts as colored spirals. It helps slow them down and gives them a shape, taking them out of your head.
Okay, so we've looked inward. Now let's turn our attention outward and see how these same ideas apply to our connections with other people. We're going to talk about friendship, and yeah, we're even going to tackle that word everyone loves to hate, drama.
I love this part. Arreqqana gives us these 5 incredible archetypes for friendship. And as I list them, just think about who in your life fits these roles. First, there's the sacred thread. This is your deep, loyal soul friend, the one who's always there. Then, the flame-touched, that vibrant person who just sees your light and makes you shine brighter. You've got the hearth keeper, who provides warmth and tenderness, that sense of home. The echo seeker, the person who really hears you, like a mirror for your soul. And finally, the star weaver. This is for your soul family, those cosmic connections that feel ancient. It's such a beautiful way to see and honor the different kinds of love in our lives. And just listen to the poetry of it. This line comes from the Star Weaver chant. Lala bless the thread of friendship. Let us spiral together. I remember me, I remember us. Isn't that beautiful? I remember me, I remember us. It's this idea that our deepest friendships aren't just about meeting someone new, they're about remembering a part of ourselves that we share with them. All right, let's tackle drama. We usually think of it as a bad thing, right? Something to avoid. But in Arreqqana, the term for it is Nachira le Taron, which means the weaving of fire and wind. And notice right away that it's not defined as good or bad. It's just a force. It's powerful energy, like fire and wind, that can be used in totally different ways. And this is the crucial difference. You've got destructive drama, which they call a spinning flame. This is the stuff that just feeds the ego, breaks relationships, and gets you stuck in a cycle that never resolves. But then you have sacred drama, or igniting clarity. This is when that fiery energy actually forces honesty out into the open. It creates a space for big emotions to be seen and heard, and it can actually become the stage for real, meaningful transformation. It's all about what you do with that fire.
So, where do you fit into all of this? Let's do a really quick mini quiz, just a little reflection, to help you discover what your vocal purpose might be.
First question for you. When you're in a conversation, what role do you naturally fall into? Are you the revealer, speaking truth, the connector, bringing people together, the uplifter, raising the energy, or the channel, feeling like something is speaking through you? Just pick the one that feels most like you.
Okay, second question. Why do you go back to a certain conversation or social group? What's pulling you? Is it an urge to speak your truth? Are you just curious about what's being said? Do you feel like someone there needs you? Or is it that mysterious, looping feeling we talked about at the very beginning, that sacred return? Go ahead and pick one.
All right, let's see the results. If you picked mostly A's, you might be a Vava Karlina, a sacred conversationalist. Your gift is vocal courage. If you lean towards the B's, you're a Lakwanawa, a listener between threads. Your gift is that quiet clarity. Mostly C's, you're a Kwaivaran, a flame thread lifter. You are an activator. And if you found yourself choosing the D's, you're a Nakshalanar, an echo weaver. Your gift is spiritual mirroring. And the cool thing is, none is better than the other. They're all essential.
Okay, so let's tie all of this together. What's the big takeaway here? It really all comes down to one thing: transforming energy. Taking that raw fire of conflict or anxiety and weaving it into the light of understanding.
And I think this quote just says it all perfectly. Drama is raw fire. The question is, will you let it burn you, or will you weave it into a lantern to guide? It really puts the power back in your hands, doesn't it?
So that's the challenge I want to leave you with. The next time you feel that spark, that heat rising, whether it's in a tense conversation or just inside your own head at night, I want you to pause and just ask yourself this one question: can I turn this fire into light?